Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Check Out the Tech. We bring you all the latest technology has to offer and what it can really do for you. In today's episode, we really go over the most important CPU of 2021, and that is the 12th Gen i5 processor. Now, why do I call it that? Well, because once in a generation, or in some cases, once in every couple of generations, you get an i5 processor that is way better than last gen's i7 processor. And since Intel really had to step it up this year because of AMD just doing so amazing last year, we wanted to really see how well this 12th Gen i5 did. So we're going to put it through its benchmark test, but this is really important to know just how well your next build can be and which parts you should pick. Should you pick an i7 11th Gen while it's on sale? Or should you go with the i5 12th Gen because of its scores, output, and what it can do for you, especially in the upcoming Windows 11 version? So let's go ahead and see how it did in both Cinebench and Geekbench. So let's start off by going over the Cinebench R23 scores. First, in multi-core, we have an i5 processor coming in at 16,300. That is really impressive because this 12th Gen just beat out not only the 11th Gen i5, the Ryzen 5 5600, the i7 11th Gen, but also the Ryzen 7 5800. So that is really impressive for this kind of result. We are getting exactly what we wanted to see. Way better overall, not only compared to last year's i5, but way better than even the i7, and really competitive with Ryzen now. So I cannot wait to see what comes about next year with this kind of competition. All right, and then we move on to the single core test, and this is where Intel really runs away with it. Overall, the 12th Gen here got a score of 1,700. That is really, really amazing, especially when you consider that the 11th Gen got 1,600, same as the i7 11th Gen, getting around that same kind of number. Again, these are the results we get. And then also again being the Ryzen 5 and the Ryzen 7. So it really is just amazing, again, when it comes to Intel single core and multi-core performance with this i5. It is really a standout and one that, again, I think a lot of people building right now should pay attention. But let's go ahead and see how it does in Geekbench. So with Geekbench, it really is interesting because Ryzen definitely won last year handedly on multi-core. But this year, again, the Intel 12th Gen really stepped it up, scoring a 12,000 score, which puts it ahead of the 8,000 that the 11th Gen i5 got, the 8,100 the Ryzen 5 got, the 9,800 that the i7 11th Gen got, and even above the Ryzen 7 5800 with 10,000 scores. So 12,000 is really impressive for multi-core. Honestly, this is really impressive considering just how much ahead this is compared to the 11th Gen i7. And again, this is on Windows 10, which isn't even optimized as Windows 11 is for these results. And then we move on to the single core where we get the same kind of results. The i5 12th Gen scores in at 1,765, which is better than everything from last year, including the Ryzen 7 5800 coming in at 1672, the i7 11th Gen coming in at 1701, the Ryzen 5 from last year coming with 1615, and definitely going to be better than the i5 11th Gen coming in at 1677. So again, across the board here, we really see just how much better this has gotten year over year. And the multi-core is really where it's at because it tells you the tale that this is definitely one to look at. So what do these test results really tell us? Well, it tells us that the i5 is really amazing and probably the one you might want to get when building a new computer. Look, we can't always afford the latest and greatest i7, latest and greatest i9, but this i5 is outperforming the 11th Gen i7 by far. Not only that, but again, these benchmarks were done on Windows 10. Windows 11 actually favors the 12th Gen even more because of Thread Director and other factors. So that is even more impressive as the longevity point. And as a person that's literally editing this on a 2070 Super, I know that I couldn't myself get the 2080 at the time. I love the 30 series, but we all know it's tricky to get right now. So you know what? Sometimes you get the one that you really know will do everything you need it to, and then get it at the right price. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. For me, this gets me excited for what AMD is gonna do. It gets me excited about the competition that we're seeing in CPUs now. It's really ramping up, and that can only mean good things as we get way better performance without having to pay so much more. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What are your thoughts on these results? What is gonna be the CPU for your next build? What are you waiting for? And what other videos do you wanna see in this series? Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy.